Freaknik, what was it? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, we're going to be talking about this. No spoilers as such, so don't be too worried about that. But yeah, obviously, I hadn't even come across this phrase really until recently. Obviously, the documentary is coming out on, I think it's been out on Hulu, and I don't know if there's another, streaming platform that it's out on. But yeah, what was Freaknik, man? What was it? Now, let me tell you, obviously I'm on different, social audio platforms and those types of things. And I'm going to kind of short circuit to a theory as to why it came to an end, apparently. And what one of my American sisters said in a room, she said that the Atlanta Olympics came to, Atlanta in 1996. And according to her, they wanted to clean up Atlanta, and that's why that was the beginning of the end for this Freaknik thing. All right. Now, what was Freaknik? As you can see, there's some pictures. There's some pictures in that. But what was Freaknik? Freaknik, apparently, and as I say, everything in this is alleged or allegedly. Not going to be held liable for anything that I'm going to say in this. And obviously, make sure you keep sharing, and subscribing. And the views in this are not those of the channel or any of the participants of the channel. But just moving forward, Freaknik apparently was an annual spring break festival in Atlanta, Georgia. It was initially attended by students enrolled in historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. Is that how you pronounce it, my American friends? Correct me if I'm wrong. And please make sure you put your comments in the chat as well, what you think about Freaknik, and maybe your opinions on the latest documentary as well, all right? Now, as I say, it began apparently in 1983, small picnic in a public park near Atlanta University, sponsored by something called the DC Metro Club for students who couldn't afford to return home for spring break. So obviously you got these people kind of hanging about. It's spring break, obviously there's no lessons and that, but they want to party. They want to party, they want to have some fun. So they're hanging around, and then the university centre, sponsored by the DC Metro Club, gave them an opportunity to create an annual event, and that event is held. And we're coming to that time of the year now, because when I'm speaking about this now is March, but the Freaknik at the time was held during the third weekend in April. So April's coming up. So a lot of people in them times would have been looking forward to the third weekend in April. It's something that increased in size. So as I say, it started in 1983, but then in the 1990s became popular. You had dance contests, concerts, parties, basketball tournaments, rap sessions, and even a film festival and job fair. And it was apparently known as an infamous street party. 250,000 people. Now, everything I'm about to say is alleged or allegedly, but apparently there were some issues. Obviously, the Popo got involved in that to try and thinking about how they could make things better. And it did get cancelled in the end to some extent. It was created by somebody called, is it Luther Campbell? I think they call him Uncle Luke or something. I don't know. But it's created by him. I can see that on the I think Jermaine Dupri had something to do with it as well. So the man them were creating entertainment for the people in Atlanta at the time. You can see the pictures. Is a lot was going on around, people having fun, and so on. But how you put together the word? It's a combination of freak and picnic. So obviously freak, well, I don't even want to give a definition of what that means, but use your imagination. And picnic is obviously food outside and that. And obviously they combine the two together. And also it had something to do with a theme called the Return of the Freak, which is DC Metro Club's The Return of the Freak. Now, they're saying it was conceived on the Spelman College campus in particular. The president at the time was somebody called Shula Goodison, apparently. And it was meant to be, so there's a competition. So there's another one similar in they intended it to be a challenge to something called the California Club largest end of year school year party. Bear in mind, this college in America is university in England, as far as I'm aware. So these people are adults, but they're kind of like young adults. But there was a song at the time called Le Freak. Well, the Le is the Freak, isn't it? The Freak by Chic. It's a popular song. And yeah, man. So the first one was in White Park in Atlanta in April 1982. Was apparently attended by 150 students. So I don't know. This is confusing. One hand they're saying it's 1983, and the other hand they're saying it's 1982. But I guess in terms of the when it has the actual name, I understand why they're giving it a specific time for starting. Now, there were some issues. 1988, apparently somebody called Jonetta B. Cole, who was the Spelman College president, banned the DC Metro Club for involvement with Freaknik for school liability reasons. Obviously, they want to set apart the education from the entertainment. It seems that's what that meant. But it grew 15,000 to 250,000. There's no radios or television ads, apparently. Clearly no internet in them times either. But the thing was growing, you know? Then promoters were promoting similar type of events or non-official ones in places like a 33-acre Lakewood Fairground. That one had 60,000. And yeah, no, the thing was growing. Now, it had been promoted at a time by Omega Psi Phi fraternity members. And yeah, across the years, all sorts has happened. So that's it. Luke Campbell from the 2 Live Crew fame. Now, this is where, and I'm not going to get into what the particular activities which might have caused it to draw to an end were, but let's just say it involved relations between men and women, but and you know, public relations. PR. I'm going to call it public relations, but obviously for the purposes of YouTube, I'm not going to go into the detail. But then there were issues allegedly with badness towards people as well. So there's this allegedly, and that's why the thing did have some problems, and it did come to an end allegedly. They're saying that certain badness increased, particularly in the 1990s. As I said, my acquaintance on one of the social audio apps is suggesting to me that's why they sought to kind of ban it or clean it up, because they were trying to get the Olympics to come to Atlanta. So obviously to do that, they wanted to make sure that the city had a clean image. That's my understanding. That's what the person on the social audio was saying to me. So, and that's what happened. But in terms of economic impact, they're suggesting that it reached 20 million in 1994 at one point. But then there were problems from like homeowners, business owners, Atlantis business, neighborhood associations, and that's why the thing buckled eventually. But you know, what people who go and watch, because I'm not trying to spoil the man them's documentary, the ladies them documentary. So there's definitely no spoilers in this. But what I would say is, rather than giving a spoiler of what you think of the documentary that they made, please do put your comments like a kind of a review. So yes, it's Hulu. They released a documentary called Freaknik, the wireless party never told, and this is in March 2024. So now, hence why I'm talking about it. It's had some cultural references. Beyonce referenced it in her song called Thick, which was released on Renaissance in 2022. There's been all sorts of rap references and sister, yeah. Oh, hey, big up Tia and Tamara, man. Yeah, Tia and Tamara in the season 6 episode of Sister, if you know that show. It's a comedy show about two young ladies growing up. There was an episode apparently on their trip from Michigan to Atlanta towards Freaknik with their college friends. Childish Gambino refers to it as well on his mixtape STN MTN Kayuai. And yeah, man, it's a part of American culture. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really, obviously I'm not from those times like that, so I didn't really know too much about this until they started advertising this documentary. But I thought, yeah, it came across my eyesight, so I thought I'd do a little talk on it, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, yeah. Tell me what you think about the documentary if you watched it already. And, yeah, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I want to say, do you know what I want to say? The channel is really properly growing. New subscribers. We're getting new watchers, new listeners. The people them are commenting. The people them are liking up the posts on the channel. So I want to encourage that, and I want to thank you for that. Obviously, that's like, to me, like people acknowledging that I'm producing some decent content for you lot. Yeah. So I really appreciate it. Keep on doing that. Share, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share it on all your social media, your WhatsApp groups, your Twitter, your XR, whatever, Instagram, TikTok, anything you're on. Just share it up for me. I really appreciate that. Share it up for us as well, because obviously it's a community thing. Because you're talking to each other about some of the topics that we talk about on this channel. Yeah. Anyway, done talking. As I said before, the views expressed in this show are not those of the channel or any participants on the channel. Please do your own research. Everything said is alleged or allegedly. You will not be liable for any of the information within this show. And in any event, we'll big up everybody listening, big up everybody watching, big up all the subscribers, new and old. And yes, for now, done talking. Hey, Freaknik, Shut up.